Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and today we're going to be budgeting for our January 2023 first month of the year budget, which is so crazy. Oh my gosh, it's the first year. Oh, I realized I never finished setting up these two spreads. I need to do that. Okay, let me go and flip to January. So the planner that I have here is the Erin Condren monthly planner. This is in the color blends way. It's the same old, same old. This is a planner that I used last year as well for 2022. I believe 2021 I used the plum paper. I was actually really debating on going back to the plum paper. I don't know. I think the biggest reason is because like the plum paper has like lines on this side. I know that's a really weird reason, but let me just go ahead and flip. Okay, so I have all of my stickers here. I have the monthly stickers. I have all 4 colors because I do want to use all 4 colors. And I also have the none spent. I do have the bill dues as well, but I don't use the bill dues, so I decided not to incorporate them. And then I also have the monthly kits as well as the dashboard because I want to set up the dashboard as well. And then I have my whole budget kit with me, all 6 sheets. This is the January budget. Then I have the weekly check-in, the weekly balance, what is it called? The savings tracker, variable income, and sinking funds and transaction log. I am only going to be setting up the normal 3 as usually. These 2 will be saved for the first week's check-in as well as the sinking funds and transaction log, but we will go ahead and set up these 3 today along with our dashboard and our monthly view of everything. But what should we do first? Let's actually do what we did last month for December. We'll go ahead and set up the January spread first. So for the first month of January, I have all of the numbers ready. The numbers will not change for the first 3 months since these are what we also budgeted in our 2023 first quarter as well. And so essentially it's going to match what we have planned for the first quarter right here. So for example, the income, we're going to be budgeting for $5,200 a month. So 52 times 3 months for January, February, March is $15,600. So it's going to be all the amounts we're budgeting for the month of January times 3, since every single month we're budgeting the same exact amount. For a second quarter, we might change things up, but for right now, the numbers that we have, I'm hoping will work really well for us. But anyway, okay, my January budget didn't want to come off for a second there. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. Is it just me, or are these pages, they look different? This was the December one. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just in my head. Probably is just in my head. Okay, so January budget, we're going to lay down these little headers here. I'm thinking of not having the extra amount, but like since I'm so used to it, I guess I'll just put it here. But the only reason why is because we have extra. It's gonna like mess with the budget, I think. So we're gonna have the same old ones for general and variable. And the estimate is $5,200. No estimate for variable, and that is the amount. And then the actual amount, what I'm going to do is for anything extra, the actual and like the variance of the 2, I'm going to just go ahead and put straight into our long-term savings, which is at Ally. Ally's interest, I may say, has been increasing. I'm pretty sure it's probably across the board for all interest rates, I'm guessing. I don't know, but Ally interest rate, I think it's at like 3% right now. So if you don't know, I don't think I've ever had a savings account that had interest rate that high. Yeah, so any difference, I'll probably just go ahead and put in our long-term savings. That one is, I don't show that on camera or anything, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I'm thinking of keeping the purple washi versus the light blue washi. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the purple washi. I think that looks really cute with this spread. And then for the amounts, they're going to be slightly different. They like never change every month. If you guys have been watching my budget with me, they're always the same. But for this month, it's slightly different. It's just because there's been like a weird change with one of our bills. And if you guys watched my Q1 budget amounts adjustment video that should be out already before this one, you guys would have seen that our internet bill is like different for whatever reason. My husband's gonna call on Monday to see like what changed, because I make him make the phone calls. But let's go ahead and do our January budget. Let me actually talk about this real quick. For our January budget, the income amount for $5,200, where I got this from was from December. So for December, all of our paychecks that came in for the month of December, I am putting towards our January budget. So we had 5 paychecks in December. So the total should have been $6,500, but there was a difference because in November, we didn't budget really. Like we failed at budgeting. So I had to correct the amounts. That's why we actually didn't end up with this much. We ended up with less. But I talked about all of that in that video. But right now in our short-term savings, we have $5,277.72. And then in our second checking account, we have $47.69.88. These are the two numbers that I left with when I closed out my December budget. I just want to show you guys these are the same amounts that are in the account right now, and we're going to just go ahead and adjust everything together on camera. But yeah, so that is what we're going to be transferring over from last month's paychecks type of deal. But we'll talk about that once we're finished this budget. I will go ahead and kind of do all the transfers with you guys. But talking about our January budget for the fixed amount, we always have the same old, so sinking funds. And then for Ally. And these amounts don't change. So let me actually just put the closing amount. We decided that for this month, or for this first quarter, for the next 3 months, we're going to be putting $1,000 into sinking funds and then $50 into Ally. So sinking funds is $1,000, Ally is $50. Just going back, just to show you guys one more time, that's what we have budgeted for the first quarter. Ally, 1,000 times 3 for January, February, March is 3,000, and then Ally, $50 times 3 for January, February, March is 150. So that's kind of why I wanted to correct this before I did my January budget with you guys, just to make sure we start off with like everything matching. But yeah, so let's do our monthly categories now. So for monthly categories, I am also changing this up ever so slightly as well. We have eating out, then we have groceries, gas, allowance, and then we also have pups, but I'm going to be mixing this with baby for Beanie's category, just because like we have a sinking fund category for her, but just for like monthly expenses, like random monthly stuff that we want to purchase for her, I kind of wanted to try having a monthly category for her as well. I mean, if it doesn't work out, then I can just like change it next quarter. But for right now, I just wanted to see like how this goes. I know we have the sinking funds. I'm not planning on changing the sinking funds at all, but I just wanted to see how this will work out. But for eating out, we will be doing the same amount, which is $300 a month. For groceries, we'll be doing $400 a month. For gas, we're actually going to be doing $100 a month because I liked how that was last month. Allowance is $100 a month, and then for pups and baby will be $100. So the total combined, if we add all of these together, is going to be $1,000. Now let's do our next section. There's only one washi on this one, so I'm actually going to steal one from these. As always, I'm going to just take one from these since I only use one washi for these check-ins anyway. So we'll put one here. Okay, and then let's go ahead for this section down here. The section down here is for our bills. we have our bills down here. So let me go through all of our bills. For our fixed bills, actually, let's do our variable bills first. So for our variable bills, this would be changing a little bit as well, but we have our utilities, gas. This one comes out of our credit card. I like to mark which one comes out of a credit card. You guys will see why when we do our weekly check-ins, but this one comes out of our credit card. Then we have a utilities, electric. This one comes out of our checking, so I'm not going to mark that since it automatically comes out of our checking. Then we have mobile, and we also have internet. Internet is usually always a fixed bill for us, but for these next 3 months, I'm going to have it on our variable one because it changed by $10, and I don't know if it's like a permanent thing or not. So I don't want to put it in fixed when it's not fixed because I don't really know how much it's supposed to be. And then we also have our holder because like I like those even numbers. So after we calculate everything out, you guys will see why I have a holder category. It's definitely not a category that is needed. It's just for me, I like even numbers. Even numbers is easy for me to remember. But for utilities, gas, we have $100 a month. We're actually changing this up a little bit because I was looking at like our bills for the year of 2022 and the year 2021. I noticed that for gas, we tend to have like higher amounts towards the beginning of the year, while our bill is usually a lot less towards the end of the year. So I'm changing that, as well as our electricity. Electricity is like less towards the beginning, more towards the end for both years that I've noticed. So that's going to be changing as well. So we're just going to change this up for this first quarter. So gas is going to be $100, electricity is going to be $70, and then for mobile is $180. For internet, we're going to just put $80 in here because like I think that's the highest it should be, hopefully, but we'll be doing that. And then for holder, I'm pretty sure it's $19.90. I'm gonna double check this with you guys. $19.90 should be the difference to an even number for myself, but we'll talk about that more in a second. Now let's do the fixed. So for fixed, we have our mortgage, and this amount is $2,222 for right now. We have our student loans for mine and Dustin's. I'm realizing that I keep putting, okay, whatever, it's fine, it works. So for mine is $180.06, for his is $180.31. Student loans are currently paused, so I kind of still pretend that we're paying student loans, and this amount I just take out and I transfer straight over to our long-term savings. It's not that like this bill is like gone, it's just currently paused. So that's what I've been doing with the student loans. Then we also have Netflix. This comes out of credit card. We have Spotify. This also comes out of credit card. Then we have HOA and HBO Max, which comes out of credit card as well. Netflix and Spotify are both $10.59. And then HOA is $80.66, while HBO is $15.89. Now those are all of our fixed bills. The total for all fixed bills is $2,701. That is the total for all fixed bills. All right. Okay, I'm not really sure where I left off, but I realized this is 2,710 cents, not 1 cent. So this is supposed to be 10 cents. Okay, I'm happy that we got that out of the way. Adding this up together, 100 plus 70 plus 180 plus 80 plus $19.90. That equals to $449.90. So that plus the 2,710 cents equals to an even $31.50. So our estimated amount for bills for the month of January is $3,150 that we need for bills. This number usually doesn't change every month. I just know that I need $31.50 to pay for bills, but we'll also have an actual. because I like to see how much it really was. All right, so all of my little lines are down now. Let me actually put down my little deco pieces. Oh, I realized. I guess we'll just do that. So that is what everything looks like for the month of January. And this is really what it's going to be looking like for the month of February and March as well. But let's go ahead and do our variable income. And we're going to go ahead and do this really pretty snowflake pattern. Like, I haven't really felt this excited for our budget in quite a long time. So I'm really excited to see where this will get us. I used to be completely and utterly obsessed with our budget. I think I might have been like to the point where it was not really the most healthy, because like I would just want to budget and budget, but you know, you can't really, there's only a certain amount of times you can really budget something in a given day. But that's kind of what was going on. But for this variable income, this is kind of where we keep track of all of our, what is it called? Our income that comes in. I kind of blanked out for a second. And I also always have like notes down here as well for certain things that we need to know. For the last few months, I feel like it's been like more stuff lately. For example, for the month of December, we had like a short paycheck, but I wanted to mark in here why, and also that we paid for medical bills with one of the extra paychecks. Let me just write down the paychecks real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and wrote those down. I also drew down the lines, but we have the same estimate of $1,300. You guys might be familiar that this is kind of just the amount that we're having ourselves go with, but anything extra we're just going to put straight into savings. Me and my husband also keep a bit for ourselves per each paycheck, just so like we can have a bit of money for ourselves for like if we want to surprise each other or purchase something for each other. That's kind of where this came from. We used to have everything shared like entirely, but buying gifts for each other was kind of like hard to keep a surprise. Well, more so for me because I do the budgeting. Anyway, that is a different story. Let me go ahead and put down one of these washies. This one's so pretty. A snowy, oh my gosh, winter time. I can't believe it's winter. Though I may say that it's been quite warm these last few days, but I think it's been across the board. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like I've been pretty ignorant to like the weather lately, because it's just, I feel like it's been a lot going on. So I kind of stopped focusing on it. I think the biggest reason why is because it's been making me very paranoid with like going out or like planning a vacation with our daughter. I don't know what it's been. Ever since having her, I'm just paranoid over everything and I get scared over everything. Like I'm just a mess. I'm just a hot mess right now. Not just with those feelings, but I feel like in general, I've just been a mess. Okay, so this is the variable income. Let's go ahead and do the savings as well, the savings tracker. This savings tracker, I don't think I'm going to, because like this ends up taking up so much. Oh, okay, what is this? This is new. I don't remember this being here, but I feel like the savings tracker takes up a lot of time if I like go through it. But let me actually just go through it real quick. I'll go through it. I'll do it like very briefly because it really hasn't changed since like the previous months. But essentially for our savings tracker for Ally, you are able to have like different buckets. It's kind of like organizing your money in there without having to open up additional accounts or additional savings accounts. It's a pretty nice little feature that they have, honestly. I've been enjoying it. Essentially, I think the maximum you have is like 10 buckets, but I have 8 currently. Different categories that we wish to save for. I don't really know. I don't remember. I used to use the previous month as a guide, but like I don't really know. I don't feel like counting either. I might be a little lazy right now, but I'm going to just put the washi down and just do it that way. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so you have different categories that you can save for. So for us, we have several categories that we like to save for. It's really nice because it also has like this goal percentage that lets you know how far that you've saved. Like for example, if you have a goal of $1,000 for something and you've saved 500, the little percentile thing will tell you that you've saved 50% and you still have 50% to go. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think it's a cute little motivator. Okay, so we have that, and then I also have this last washi that I'm going to put like right here, I guess. And this will be what I'll use for future months as a guide. All right, so this sheet is now done. And our savings, we don't really like have that many transactions in here, especially because our long-term savings, I try never to touch it. I don't remember the last time I've touched this account, honestly, by taking money out. We transfer money in often, but we don't really take money out. I use this to track like interest, and then also when we add money, like we were talking about for student loans, I still treat it like a bill, but like I transfer it to our long-term savings. That's kind of what I'll put in here, but that's kind of what this tracker is for, is strictly for our long-term savings. I used to track other accounts in here. That's why there's an account category for like our short-term as well. And there used to be a third savings, but we kind of narrowed down. So it's just one account now. But that is what it looks like. So we have the date that it was transferred, whatever account it was, the amount, the description, and the end amount is like what the total of that savings account is now after that transaction. And then we have the totals at the bottom. For this, I like to write the total that was saved for the month, and then the kind of like the final amount at the very end after everything. I mean, it probably says it in the transaction too, but I just like to write it at the bottom because it looks pretty. I mean, if you have multiple savings accounts, you can write the final amount added together at the bottom. So let's go through our different buckets that we have. We decided we're not going to get a fence this year. Okay, this might be like a weird thing to say, but like I feel like our grass is very pointy. It's not a type of grass that I would want our baby to be like crawling on or walking on, or even myself if I don't wear shoes. I feel like it's very prickly. I don't know if that's just like just me, because I don't know. We've come across grass that's really soft. It could just be me, but we decided that we're not going to do a fence. But I still want to save for a fence because maybe our next home is not going to be for years on out, like 5-7 years. But we're still going to save for this fence. But because it's no longer a like high priority, like we have a lot of time to save for this. And then this is where I write the percent of how much of like that percent that we're, and as well as what the amount is that's currently in there. So fence is one. Another one we have is for home. For a home category, I have a goal of 5,000. I don't think this is enough because from what family has said, like it can be a lot more expensive. Like if you have to replace your water boiler or your heater or air conditioning, washer, dryer, if you have to replace a roof or something. So like I think we might bump this up eventually, but for right now, like I'm kind of not thinking about it too much. Maybe next quarter, I don't know. Let's see where it goes, how it works. But that is for one of the categories we have. The other one is emergencies. And for this, the goal, it was 30,000, but let me actually see. I think we're gonna change this goal. What is the new goal for 6 months? We actually have this calculated together. So for 6 months, the amount is close to like 25,000. I think we're gonna just do it for 6 months. So let me actually do 25,000. And I will be right back. Daughter needs to eat. All right, I am back. So the next one that we have is for new car. We want to get a new car, but we'll probably not get one into our next baby. Our goal for this, if you guys might be familiar with it, it was really high. It was like 25,000 because we didn't want to pay like a large amount per month. We only want to have like a car payment of like 100 or 200. If we were to get a new car, I want it to be like a new car. I think the reason why is because we have not had the best luck with used cars. Like we've had cars where the air stops working, the transmission goes out, the windows stop working. It's just our track record with used cars is not the best, so that's why. But I think for now, I'm still going to keep the goal at 25,000. We're not planning on getting a new car anytime soon, not for like another couple years. That will be the goal. We'll probably revisit this as well as like home category at a different time. But those will be those for now. Then we have Beans category. We're actually going to open up a savings account for her soon, most likely within the next week. But for right now, we had this account for her more so for like her birth and her hospital bills. And this was gold at 4,000. It was higher than this, but we changed it to 4,000. Next, we also have vacations. For vacations, we have a goal amount of 3,000. I know that this is a year of savings, but we still want to enjoy and go on vacations together. We'll have to figure out something. I don't know what it's going to be, especially because like I just have this paranoia of just being scared of going out and getting sick or something happening or the weather trapping us somewhere. Let's just talk about that when we figure out where we want to go. The last category that we have is for pups, and this is for any medical bills, like crazy medical bills that we don't have enough in sinking funds for. So we only have a goal of 1,500 for now. To be honest, I might be looking into getting pet insurance in the future, especially because our little German Shepherd is going to be turning 6 years old. I can't believe she's turning 6 years old. That is crazy to me. I feel like it was just a couple years ago that we had her as a little fur ball. But this is all the buckets that we have for right now. Now let's go ahead and do our this sheet is also done too. I still have one more washi on this that I'll save for right now, since I usually use this for like the sinking funds. So I'll just put these together and we'll do them a different day. But let's do our monthly budget. Normally I would try to do all of the budget videos all together, but since we want to go watch, I think Dustin said it's called Black Adam. It's like one of the Marvel movies with The Rock after this. And we've been trying to watch that for the last few days, but we keep sleeping early. I want to try to wrap this up so we can watch that movie together. But let me white this out because I feel like this is kind of like thick and dark. So I don't know if it will show through or not. Oh, before we continue with that, let me actually do this together with you guys because I feel like I'm going to forget. So I'm going to put this sticky note here on the side. And we also will be doing Saveopoly. So I want to add in here and put Saveopoly because that's the category. Another category will be saving. And for all the 4 of these categories will be what we're budgeting for or checking in for a weekly balance. Let's calculate these together. Our monthly budget is what our monthly budget categories. That's kind of what I call it, but it's these categories right here. It all equals to $1,000. So these 5 categories equals $1,000. Then we have bills. For bills is this whole section down here for our fixed and variable bills. The total that we'll need is $3,150. And then we currently don't have anything for Saveopoly because we didn't even roll yet. Every time we do our weekly check-ins is when I'm going to roll for Saveopoly. I think I'm going to roll 3 times, but we'll talk about that then because I'm still not sure. And then for sinking funds, we have not yet added the sinking funds amount, but we are going to add 1,000. So I'm going to go ahead and just calculate it as $1,000. We have not done our sinking funds video yet, but the total that we're going to start with our sinking funds is going to be $39.79, and you'll see that in the sinking funds video. But $39.79 is what we're starting with. And then that plus 1,000, since we're going to be adding $1,000 to our sinking funds this month of January, is going to be $4,979. So that is what we're going to add. And if you calculate it together, you'll notice that all of these amounts combined zeroes out. So we have $5,200 that we're starting the month with. So that's $5,200 minus $50 that we're going to transfer into Ally, and then another $1,000. So that's minus $1,050 minus $3,150 for all of our bills, minus another $1,000 for our categories. that equals 0. So we're zeroing out. All of our bills have somewhere to go. But for these categories, you'll probably notice that $1,000 is from here. $3,150 is the starting amount for bills. And then we added 1,000 in here. So that's why the sinking funds is an additional 1,000 from what we start with. And Saveopoly is 0. So in total, this account, this is what it currently is. This account should be 1,000 plus $3,150 plus $4,979. That is $9,129. So let's actually do the calculation real quick. This is what the second checking account has right now. And if you're curious about any of our accounts, I do have a video that I'll link below that talks about our accounts in depth. I might redo that video. I'm not sure, but I have that video below with explaining how all of our accounts kind of work together. For my December budget closeout, you guys probably, if you watched that video, it was kind of like really messy because like I ended up having a mistake that I didn't catch, and it was because I didn't start budgeting for the month of December until the middle of December. So a couple of bills already came out and I never caught it, so it's kind of like I double billed myself. That's December. It's okay. That was in 2022. We will leave that year behind. But because I didn't close out my budget all the way, this amount has extra money in it because we never transferred the money out. That was extra from our variable and our what is this called, bills, and also we double billed ourselves. So just know that there's extra funds in here because of my mistake in December. So right now at the beginning of January 2023, this is the amount we're supposed to have in this second checking account. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer over the difference from our savings account to this account real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, so those are now transferred. So the amount that we have in our savings or short-term savings is $1,787.99. This is because we also got our first paycheck of the year as well, or yeah, of the year. That's crazy. Of the month of the year, but we got our first paycheck already. So my husband already transferred over $1,300. That is what it currently is to the penny in our savings account, short-term savings, and this is what it is in that second reserve account with all of the amounts budgeted. And that is what those bank accounts look like right now. Okay, so now that that's calculated, let's go ahead and move on to January's monthly budget. I am really hoping that no mistakes happen this time because I feel like ever since like, I don't know, I've just not been on it. I haven't made this many mistakes in such a long time. A lot of budget fails, but you know what? It's okay. I guess collectively, I've had all of my budget fails all at once. We're gonna go ahead and lay this down. And I think while I lay this down, I might as well fill you guys in. We just started a different routine where Saturdays are like my day and Dustin has Sunday as his day, which means like Dustin's gonna be on, or has been on, baby duty all day today's Sunday, and I'll be on baby duty all day tomorrow. Because like what we were doing before wasn't really working, and like I wasn't really able to kind of film and do what I wanted to do. So it really sucked because our little girl tend to take a toll on us. So I'm gonna lay down this one down here, I think. Should I lay down the dark one or the floral? I'm gonna do the dark one because the floral one, I'm going to do what I did last month and put this on the side. So I'll do the dark color at the bottom. But anyway, so that's what the new routine is. And at nighttime, after she goes to sleep, we're going to try to do our thing too. But the only thing is like, sometimes we're just so tired at the end of the day, especially since I've been going back to work. So we've been trying to like both work full time and like juggle her during the day. And it's really actually not the easiest like at all. I don't know why I thought it would be any different. That's what we're doing right now because I do really miss doing these videos consistently, especially because like it keeps me accountable for sure. But the only difference is that sometimes when I do want to do the budget and I don't feel like filming, I hold off budgeting so I can film. So I guess it's a give and take type of situation. And you know what else I really miss? I really miss planning. I haven't like planned with stickers in a really, I don't even know how long it's been, honestly, because I keep on getting sidetracked with like taking care of our daughter. Okay, I think we'll do it this way, because last time I had to line it up all the way from the top, but I want to do it this way instead. That looks nice. I like that. And then we're also going to break this up into 3 sections, I think we said, right? One for Savopoly, then we have like the total savings for Savopoly, just because I like to have like a little overview over here. But let's also do the key, because we're going to pick our colors for the month. And we have all 4 colors here. And honestly, like I have all 4 colors for this month, but I also have the colors from last month for December, and I'm going to like keep using colors that I think look really nice with this, because I have a lot of colors in the shop as well. But not to mention, I'm going to be reformatting these eventually to match this size, but I just need to find time to do it. If it's not going to be in this new releases, it'll be for February's new releases. But anyway, going back to talking about this, I think I'm going to use this color because it matches very well, along with, of course, the 4 January colors. And then which other color? Because I need 7 colors in total. We'll just do the red one for Unbudgeted and a gold one for Savopoly. I like that. The green one matches well too, because there's a green in here, but I think I like the sound of gold because it matches Savopoly. Okay, so these are the 7 colors that we're going to use. So we have Unbudgeted, Savopoly. Maybe I won't do this gray color. I think I am going to switch it to do this green color. So this will be for gas, same as last month. Then we'll have eating out, groceries, allowance, and then baby and pups. All right, so I have them all written down. So let's do key. So eating out is first. And if I remember from last month, these fit perfectly, right? Haha, it does fit really nicely. Okay, then we have groceries. And I actually really love this periwinkle color. Or not periwinkle, what is this? It's like a grayish blue. I tend to call a lot of colors periwinkle. You know, when I did the periwinkle color for the shop, I actually had to like look up periwinkle. But there's like different tones. There's like blue periwinkle, purple periwinkle. There's like different tones of it, which is... Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. What was I saying before this? Oh yeah, so we were talking about the new routine that I have, and also that I miss planning so much. And you know who I've been binge watching? I've been binge watching J.K. Rue or J. Crew. J.K.R.U.U.U. plans on YouTube, and she does like the really decorative planning, but like I've been obsessed with her videos, honestly, because like I don't know, just like the vibe of it is really nice. And I've been like wanting to go back to planning, but the bad thing is I've been wanting to go to decorative planning, but decorative planning is a whole nother rabbit hole, especially because now like the whole underlays, there's like fancy underlays and stuff, or bougie underlays. I just can't go down that rabbit hole. I have so many kits that I still have yet to use from like Crest Press and Scribble Prints Co. But anyway, so let's finish this what is this called? This setup real quick first. So I'm gonna do this side, break this off, and I think we did 3. We said 3. So 1 for the key, 1 for none spent, and then we'll do another one for the total that we saved for Savopoly. And how should I do that? So we'll have the none spent over here, and then we'll do for Savopoly. And is it weird if let me try to make a little box with this. Like, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. So far, this is not looking the nicest. We'll do Saveopoly, the total amount saved. So I'm going to use one of these little hearts, and I'm gonna just use this pink one. And we'll do like total saved right here. I think that'll be cute, but we'll just do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just skip this real quick, and I will be right back. All right, so I have all of this down now. So it's looking real cute right now for January. And then let's go ahead and just do our dashboard real quick. So the dashboard, I have this one, and I'm not going to look at the previous month just because like I want to see if I can do something different. Though I tend to be a creature of habit. I don't know if that will work out, but let's see. Because once I do something that I really like, I tend to stick to that for like a really long time. I might not ever change it unless I end up coming across something that's like slightly different. Is it just me, or is this like higher as well? Oh my god, it is. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna end up replicating this, but this is higher. This box on this side is a lot taller than the previous year. I just realized that, huh? All right, and let's do, since this is a bigger box, we're going to do this thicker one as well. Ooh, that looks still very nice. We're gonna do January for the top. And then, I don't remember, I think this was for amounts, because this is what I like to track for our 401ks, for HS, well, we don't have HSA anymore, but for, what is it called, for our student loan amounts as well. We're going to use these two for the side, but I'm also going to use this one for here since it's thinner. There's all three, so there's 6 strips in total. And there's 3 different sizes. So these are thickest, these are thinnest, and this is kind of like the in-between. But we're gonna go and do that. Which one should I put on? Okay, let's think about down here. Which one should we put? I think I'm gonna put this one because like there's not as much of this pattern down here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end up copying what I did last month. Oh boy. I think I also said I wanted to use an X-Acto knife, but that is not happening apparently. And then we're gonna do this other washi down here. This thin one. You know, we've really wanted to go to Disney World. We've only gone once. We were fortunate enough to be able to go with our family. Like they kind of like planned it and and found like a house for us to stay at. We just paid for like our own tickets and our own like what we bought and things like that, because Disney World is expensive, but we really want to go again with just me and my husband, since we never really go on vacations like that together. But like I've just been so scared because like right now our daughter, she is going on 4 months. Apparently like right now a lot of people say it's like the best time to go because like it's really easy. They don't obviously she doesn't know how to like walk and run away from us or anything like that yet, so we basically can still have it just for our first family trip, but it's like easy on us. But like I'm so scared of how the world is right now. Like I just don't want something to happen. It's kind of going back to the whole paranoia thing. Like I don't know, we're still debating on it, because if we're gonna go, we should go soon before it gets hot, and also before it gets busy, as well as like before she gets bigger, because once she requires more like time to stimulate her and stuff, I'm figuring that it's going to be a lot more difficult to keep her entertained. All these size boxes are different. I don't know if that's just me, because even this one, these 4 down here, this top one covered one of them last month. All right. That's fine with me. Okay, so I think because of that though, I'm gonna like, I want to incorporate this color a little bit more throughout the spread. So I really liked closing this one off with this last piece. Laying down stickers is so relaxing to me. But anyway, so we have upcoming. All right, and then the last one we'll do is this month. Yeah, we'll do for this month. I don't think there's anything crazy this month, but I think the last thing I want to put is this washi. I think I want to put it for the top and for the bottom. I don't know if I'm gonna like this because now the lining of this is like slightly different from last month, but like, I don't know. Let's see. And I also want to line this bottom part as well. I mean, I don't think that's bad. I still think that's cute, though this is kind of like throwing me off, but let's see what this looks like if I put the little things down. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I guess it's not that bad. I don't know, maybe I'll do something different next month. But let's just go ahead and just go and do the bottom part. I think I'm gonna do the same thing as last month as well. I really just can't help it, huh? Because this is this month so far, and this was last month. I just really like it. Okay, so I'm going to do the whole credit score and savings again, or spendings. So those are the two, and we'll do credit score and then spendings, just to have an overview of things. And then I'll also have our little points down here. So one is for myself, and then the other one is for my husband, for our credit score to track. Then we also have this where we want to see, where we want to have an overview of the monthly budget categories for bills, and then an overview for how much we spent for sinking funds. All right, that looks nice. I have one more strip of washi down here, and like I want to use it because I have it. I have these other scripts that I'm not going to use, so that sheet's basically done, so I'm gonna put that to the side. But I have these. If I put this down, will that look weird? Right now this looks so nice, but like I want to line something with this. I like that. All right, so this is what January, the dashboard is looking like. That's actually really pretty. I'm loving this right now. Okay, so we have these in the back, and I'm going to just pick a couple of them that matches. Which one matches? Even this green color, honestly. Should I just do like, let's do this purple and the, let's actually do the green. Let's do the purple, this purple color. We need 2 of these, and we also need 2 green colors. Let's just lay down the purple first. So one of them will be tracking our 401k for both me and my husband, and then the other one will be tracking how much we have as a balance for student loans. I mean, it's a bit repetitive to track how much we have for student loans, since student loans is currently paused and we're also not making any current payments. But like student loans is going to be paused for an additional, I think, 6 months. So afterwards, let's see, or maybe we'll start making payments sooner. Probably not, honestly, because we're focusing on saving this year. What am I saying? Anyway, okay, let me fill this out real quick. All right, so this is what it is looking like so far, and I am loving how January's dashboard turned out. So that is it for that sheet too. All right, so we are now officially done planning for the month of January. So this is what everything looks like so far. So we have our monthly view, then we have our dashboard, our savings tracker, our variable income, and our January budget. So that is actually going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.